Plenty of reverb for this one, make it extra spooky. We're in a cabin on the hill.
Back in 2018, the Ruen Brothers gave us their debut album, All My Shades of Blue, with its lead single, Summer Sun. The duo embraced a mid-20th century aesthetic with both their sound and their look, with cover art picturing Henry wearing a bolo tie and a pink button-down shirt, and Rupert sporting a pastel yellow button-down with the collar turned up, and with both looking like they had a fresh application of pomade. It was not necessarily bright and cheery sonically or thematically, despite the title of their aforementioned single, but their music and their presentation leaned into a kind of technicolor exuberance. Fast forward to their third album, 10 Paces, and their latest collection, Awoo. Everything about the Ruen Brothers has shifted towards black, white, and shades of gray. Take the lead single from Awoo, Cabin on the Hill, which you're hearing now from their set in Greer, South Carolina in October 2025, a song with themes of darkness, desperate solitude, and impending danger. The Ruen Brothers, Henry and Rupert Stansel, have adopted a darker, more atmospheric sound and a cinematic approach to their songwriting, while creating stark album art in black and white, and nowadays donning predominantly black clothing to boot. They like the ease, neutrality, and timeless feel of this monochromatic look, and that carries over into their songs as well, seeping into a more minimalist approach sonically and perhaps thematically too. This all adds up to putting forward an elegant, mysterious, moody, but also quite confident sensibility, with their album art and their dress informing and reflecting their music, and their lyrics and production style feeding back into their visual style. Like Roy Orbison and Johnny Cash before them, the Ruen Brothers embrace a look and sound that plumbs the depths of emotion and soars to dramatic heights, often within the same song. I spoke with Henry and Rupert Stansel on a cool October night after their set at the Albino Skunk Music Festival, where they headlined for the first time in their many appearances there. Continuing with this podcast's recent theme of festivals, their culture and significance for touring artists, we also talk about the Ruen Brothers' fourth album, Awoo, and touch on their life as immigrants, picking up hints of an American accent and more, including more music from their live set and their studio record. I'm Joe Kendrick, welcoming you to our episode on the Ruen Brothers on Southern Songs and Stories. Southern Songs and Stories is a podcast series with over 150 episodes, profiling artists ranging from Americana to blues and bluegrass, and from rock to rap. From history to hits, and from culture to creativity, you'll find a wide array of subjects, substance, and standpoints. And always, the music that binds it together. You can follow Southern Songs and Stories wherever you find podcasts, with more articles, photos, and videos at southernsongsandstories.com, And you can engage with us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, Substack, and on YouTube at Joe Kendrick NC. It was well after midnight when the Ruen Brothers sat down with me in the green room on the festival grounds following their set, and then meeting and greeting with fans who got first crack at buying a copy of their latest album, which was then yet to be released. I mentioned the buzz their album was getting already, and that it was a winter record if I had ever heard one. Here's Henry Stansel, followed by younger brother Rupert.
Yeah, that was our sort of like a visually where our headspace is at for it is like a bleak midwinter, or a bleak midwinter would be a perfect listening, a visual accompaniment to the listening of this record. So when it hits the depths of winter and it's feeling ominous outside, when it hits about 11 p.m, just throw it on. That'd be the perfect time to experience the world.
Yes, I agree. It's very even the album art and everything. It's very sort of minimalist. There's a lot of white space, and it's just a mountain and this that, and the other. So it's not built for complication. It's built for chilling to and listening to, and I hope it accompanies our fans in the colder months and the fall. I think that'll be best for them.
Was this a conscious decision to make a minimalist wintertime record, or did you just happen to be recording in winter and the setting and everything played into that too? How did it all come to be?
I think that we for us, we're kind of trying to celebrate and engage ourselves more in doing simple, really, as well as we can. And we like space. Rupert's a big fan of less is more, and if you can do that right, I think that is it's cool, and it's and not everybody, like some people like to throw the kitchen sink, and at times we've loved to throw the kitchen sink at records, but it's fun to experiment, trying to get across the same emotion or create the same sort of like feelings and like soundscape with minimal, with little. Sometimes you can say more with that.
I mean, I know that we had the idea of a minimalist production at the start because when Henry was playing rhythm guitar, we actually taped up his 3 high strings on his guitar, so he went from a 6-string guitar to a 3-string guitar, which we were trying to reduce the complication even in the instance of a guitar being a typical foundational instrument. We thought, well, we'll make that as small as possible, but still try and convey, the chords. And so there were choices along the way to keep it, which helped keep it in with a minimalist mindset. But in the end, we built in crescendos. We tried to give each song a decent climactic and dramatic range. But I'd say essentially we aimed for something which was just a great listening experience, minimalist or not. I think ultimately we were just trying to, as Henry said, create the sort of idea of space and then play with it a little bit.
Like an evening in the desert when the sand comes alive, people emerging to play in the night. But behind a window there's a candle that's died, but nobody sees. Smoke fills the air, he drifts into dreams and sinks in the trail. With sweet serendipity, in darkest hours, dreams bloom like daisies. In desert showers, nods with his baby. In heaven's tower, fallen, draw me desert showers. All through the dawn, it's as quiet as a mouse. stirring to head into town. I think through the morning, oh, I can't leave the house. Though it's empty and bare, lonely and dead, I'll tire myself out walking miles in my head. Till the sweet serendipity in darkest hours, dreams bloom like daisies in desert showers. I'll be with my baby in heaven's tower, fall and drown me, desert showers.
Less is more on full display here with an excerpt of Desert Showers from the Ruen Brothers album Awoo. This is another song from their record that is rich with trepidation and filled with shadows. It's built upon the irony of showers in the desert, with these showers bringing not flowers, but dreams that drown the song's subject who longs for someone they lost who is now in heaven's tower. I mean, how can you wear anything other than black or gray when singing a song like this? Can you imagine Sierra Farrell or, say, David Lee Roth singing a song like this? I don't think I've ever seen either of those artists wearing black, come to think of it. To be honest, this is a time when wearing black syncs up more and more with the news of the day. I asked Henry and Rupert if they had any anxieties about the social and political landscape of America now, if any of that made them feel uncomfortable. Here's Henry Stonsel, followed by his brother Rupert.
There's always an air of caution and uncertainty, especially being we're immigrants to the country, so it's there's always that sort of fear that as the world becomes more unstable, that there's ramifications to that. So I think there's always a bit of an unease. But I think that's felt generally in all countries around the world at this point in time. I think there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of sad circumstance, and that's here in America, and it's in other places around the world. And I think we're in, it's crazy times. It's crazy times, but ultimately, there's been crazier times in history, but we're. It seems like there's always there's always challenges out there. So it's but yeah, being technically foreigners in another country, there's always an air of like, ugh.
Yeah, well, as he said, it's there's been crazier times in history, and I am a big history fan. But that's not to moderate what's going on right now. But me and my brother, we're not able to vote in this country. I don't want to say it's pointless having an opinion, but I try to keep my head in the music sphere and focus on doing the best for what we do and for the music and for the fans. And I don't know. The crazier things get, the harder I work.
The old stack of papers and last year's birthday cards, pictures of people who were no longer ours. It's a big way to live, this stack of time, but I'll prop it up with sticks and I'll set it alight. Gonna burn, burn under the moon. Gonna burn, burn, burn. Gonna burn, burn under the moon. Gonna burn, burn, burn. There's gonna be crackles and cries. Gonna make my future bright.
Some more duality on display courtesy of the Ruen Brothers there, with an excerpt of their song Bonfire from Awu. The character in the song, as the lyrics say, is making his future bright while he transforms the symbols of his past into a pile of ash. The brothers note that this song is a nod to Bonfire Night, the English celebration of Guy Fawkes' execution on November 5th, where the failed revolutionary is burned in effigy. It's not all gloom and doom with the Ruen Brothers, thankfully, just as there is plenty left to be thankful for and even celebrate for all of us in the here and now. Festivals are a joyous occasion for fans and the Ruen Brothers alike, and here I ask Rupert and Henry what was the first festival they attended and which was the one they first performed. Here's Henry Stonsel, followed by Rupert.
So the first festival that we attended, we also played, and that was Glastonbury in the UK. So that was kind of a big one. We'd not been to a festival prior. We'd only ever gone to individual artist shows. It was how we, as kids and teenagers, like to experience music, and so first festival was the one that we played, and it was Glastonbury.
Yeah, it was the first festival we played, but also the first festival we ever camped at, and I remember that being quite a party, because after we played we stuck around for the full Glastonbury experience, and it was very muddy and quite damp, and but yeah, that was our first.
Were there not that many festivals?
No, there's a ton of festivals in the UK, but I guess the for us to have our first experience, that was the one.
Okay then.
Yeah.
All right. Thinking about your experience here at Albino Skunk, and how many times have you been here?
Oh, 3 or 4, I'd say. Probably fourth time, and yeah, it feels familiar. But at the same time, it's always new. There's always something which makes it stand out for us. Tonight, one of the unusual things was going on stage in the dark. The first time our set time has commenced so late. We were the last band, and that was special for us. It's nice to walk on with all the lights and yeah.
Having been here as many times as you have over the years, I think you've gotten your finger on the pulse of the culture and the character of the people here at Albino Skunk. Can you comment on your observations on what makes this festival different? What makes it stand out to you?
Yeah, I think community is a big thing here. It's wonderful that a lot of the attendees feel like they're close friends or family, and they feel like that. Like, we were talking to some attendees today, and they're like, "This is our 17th Skunk Fest," and for patrons and fans and people to be coming for 17 years to a festival is pretty special. I think that's what makes it unique. Yeah, I don't know of I mean, there are festivals obviously out there that have a draw like that, but this is I think it's special also for the fact that the way Zig curates the lineup, I think it's particularly appealing to people that love bluegrass, country, folk. You know, it's a I won't say it's like totally genre specific, the festival, but there's certainly genres that work really well here, and I think the people that attend it really appreciate those genres, and they come and celebrate them by getting down, just having a good time. So yeah, we don't often get moonshine laced upon us at festivals, so that's a little added bonus.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that makes it stand out, I suppose. Not much to add. Yeah.
Thinking about the importance of how festivals factor into your touring, I wonder if you have any thoughts on how you approach a club or a venue show versus a festival. What are the sort of the baseline differences?
Yeah, I would say, like, I was actually talking about this with some folks afterwards. I was like, with festivals, there's a certain energy that you've got to bring, especially when you're like closing out a night. People kind of want to party. I think it can be a little trickier to have the intimate moments that you do inside like a venue. like a theater or a listening room. So that dynamic is different. I think you got to bring a little more energy to the table, and especially here, like people want to throw down, they want to dance. So typically for festival sets, we kind of curate those a little differently. So the energy kind of there's an elevation of energy in the set, and there's dips here and there, but it's more of a sustained energy throughout. Would you say that's right, Ruen?
Yeah, I mean, with festivals, you know, some of the audience will have come to see an act they specifically like, and they might not know our music. Therefore, some of the stuff which, you know, might be popular with our fans might not work in this live scenario, might not resonate with them, because it might be slower, for instance. So, yeah, we will typically sort of curate our set list to entertain an audience which might not have heard of us before. And in a club setting, typically, you know, everybody who's bought a ticket knows who we are, knows at least a few of our songs. So there's a pent-up energy of anticipation there, which might be different compared to some of the fans in the festival audience.
This is one of our favorite songs. It doesn't appear on any of our records, and we wrote it when we first moved to America in 2016, and it is called Unknown. Hopped a plane to you, babe. I'm coming back round again. I hate to find you not alone, but everything is better left unknown. Everything is better when you don't know. I hop the world to you, babe. I'm coming back round again. There's a light I see on, but please pretend there is no. Everything is better when you don't know. Everything is better when you know. I know, yeah, I know, yeah, I know. So everything is better to have someone. Everything is better, yeah. Unknown, yeah. Everything is better to have someone. Oh, yeah. Everything is better when you unknown. I'll step.
Wondering about any anecdotes that you have from life on the road, any peaks and valleys, anything that stands out either here in festivals in general or just anything that pops to mind.
It's tough. I mean, life in general on the road, I mean, there's some basics, like you got to drink plenty of water and bring an eye mask with you. Asides that, I mean, it's almost like each evening, it's like going out every night. It's like a bit of a party each night. And although we're providing the party, we do try to be part of it. And that's something to remember. It's always, it's great camaraderie when we're on the road. And, we love the fellas. We love doing it. And, we just, try to give it our best and try to enjoy it. I think everybody should if they try to do this occupation.
I always say life on the road is make-believe. It really is. It's like it doesn't feel like real life. And when you're in it, it's kind of just you're fueled by kind of like adrenaline. It's like this constant balance of like pumps of adrenaline, and just running on empty. So it's an interesting dynamic. It's probably one of the tougher things to do, doing touring, hitting the road. But I wouldn't change it for anything. It's possibly the coolest experience that you can, in my opinion, have in life. It's one of the coolest experiences. Yeah.
You've been living in America for close to 10 years now, is that right?
Yeah.
So are you picking up any of the accent
as you're being in Louisville now. Is anything rubbing off?
I mean,
How to say Louisville? You gotta drive Louisville.
yeah, I mean, all the listeners can have a go at guessing whether I picked up any of it or not. Yeah.
Well, when you go back to England, I imagine somebody might say, "Hey, what happened to you?"
Yeah. Oh,
I was going to say, I say arugula now instead of rocket salad. You know, the Americans have a lot of Italian words for various salads and other things, and we have the French iteration technically. So
yeah. I'm still saying aubergine and aluminium. Yeah, Americans, that really sends them funny, aluminium. Yeah, aluminum, aluminium. Yeah, there's things that I say that my dad he'll be the one to pull me up. He goes, like if I say, I had a great tomato sandwich the other day, it's like, it's tomato. I'm not in America.
I say vitamin instead of vitamin. No, I say that, yeah. So,
All right.
We're picking them up.
Made famous by Johnny Rivers, the song that was also the opening theme for the British TV series Danger Man, this is the Ruen Brothers with Secret Agent Man from their headlining set at the Albino Skunk Music Festival in early October 2025. Thanks for listening. We encourage you to follow this series wherever you listen to podcasts and are especially grateful for top ratings and your reviews. This is the second time we featured the Ruen Brothers. The first is still well worth a listen. It's titled Getting Ruined with Henry and Rupert Stonsel of the Ruen Brothers. You can follow this series on social media, at South Stories on Instagram, at Southern Songs and Stories on Facebook, and you can view these episodes and a lot more on my YouTube channel at the handle Joe Kendrick NC. We can also send you newsletters via Substack where you can read the scripts of these podcasts and get updates on what we're doing and planning in our quest to explore and celebrate the unfolding history and culture of music rooted in the American South and going beyond to the styles and artists that it inspired and informed. Thanks to Jacqueline Anthony for producing the radio adaptations of this series on Public Radio WNCW, with more at wncw.org. I'm your host and producer, Joe Kendrick, and this is Southern Songs and Stories, the music of the South and the artists who make it.
Secret